For more information on my real estate books and information, you can go to affordablehomesанdapartments.com. For more information on my religious books and correspondence, you can go to highwaytoheavenchurch.net. And I want to thank you for joining me today. Last week we talked about borrowing basics. What you don't know can hurt you. And a week before that we talked about free money for home buyers. This is a book that I compiled, and it lists various agencies, city, state, county, municipalities that offer free money for home buyers in the form of grants, subsidies, loans, down payment and closing cost assistance, and a host of other services available, including Section 8 home ownership voucher and weatherization programs, not limited to. I include the entire state of New York in this book, and anything out of New York State, I include the website where you can actually go and search for that information if it's not in the state of New York. And again, I want to thank you for joining me today. You can hit me up on YouTube at sblack3001 for free videos. Last month we talked about knowing and understanding your credit, which is very essential in terms of when you are searching for a home and you're looking to buy a home for the first time or for the second time, or as an investor if you're looking to invest in some real estate, which is what I also teach. And again, my name is Sylvia Black, and I'm a licensed real estate broker with Affordable Homes and Apartments. And I want to thank you for joining me today for Real Estate, Religion, and You, which airs every Wednesday, 6:30 to 7 p.m. right here on Time Warner Public Access TV Channel 20, and also Saturday from 12:30 to 1 p.m. in the afternoon, right here on Time Warner Public Access TV Channel 20. And I want to thank you for joining me today. Now, today we're going to talk on a continued basis. We'll go over this a little bit, but we're going to be talking today for the rest of the month about choosing a mortgage is right for you. Now, I obtained these books from various government, state, city, and federal agencies, and what I do is I compile all the books that I've gotten, and I put them in a home buyer's kit, and that's what I call it, and I give it to you when you come to the workshop. There's a compilation of books. Sometimes I'll give out one book per week, whichever class that you're attending. If you registered for the entire class, however long this semester is for that particular segment, if you register for the entire session of that, sometimes they usually run 6 weeks in succession. We also would include, then we can give you the entire package, and you just would bring in the book that you would need to refer to for that particular class. Now, I want to talk to you about choosing a mortgage is right for you. It's very important and essential that we know what types of mortgages that are out there. When you go to a bank, to a lending institution, a mortgage company, a credit union, or any kind of lending institution, sometimes the words that they speak can be very confusing. And a lot of times it can be very intimidating when you go to these places, especially when you have people that do not want to explain anything to you about what the services are that they offer. A lot of times people just, they just don't have the time, they don't take the time, they don't, they just, some of them want to make the money. And then you also have some that are actually nice and actually, give you the patience and the attention that you deserve. Just keep in mind that when you do apply for a mortgage and you qualify for one, you are the boss. You're the mortgage guy, the mortgage girl, she works for you now. Okay, so this is your opportunity to be an employer. Okay? Now, when you work for me, a real estate brokerage firm, and when I sell you a house, okay, I am now working for you. So you can consider yourself as my employer, okay, for that transaction. I give you the information that you need, and then you take advantage of the services and the products that are offered to you based on the decision that you make. After you've had the information that you need, and then you go ahead on and you make an educated decision on what you want to take advantage of. Now, if you're like most Americans, owning a home is very important to you. It's a major part of the American dream. Affordable Homes and other government agencies would like to help you understand the steps that you have to follow to reach that dream. Home ownership is a big responsibility, one that you will need to accept for many, many years to come. It's very much worth the effort, and we here at Affordable Homes and Apartments can help. You may not be familiar with a lot of products and services that we offer, but we hope that in the coming years that you will get more familiar with us, and we will get to know you just a little bit better. Okay? Now, you want to buy a home, and millions of Americans like yourself also want to buy a home. Okay? But you want to be careful in finding out what the different types of mortgages are, and what mortgage is right for your budget. Okay, how big of a loan can you afford? Okay, how much money, will they loan you? What type of mortgage will you get? There are different types of mortgages, yes. Which mortgage is best for you and your future and your family? When we finish talking about what's in this guide, okay, it could be the next couple of weeks. We have 4 more weeks in the month. We'll probably be doing this at least in a 3-part series. Now, when we finish reading this, you will have most of the answers that you need for several questions that may come up in your mind. It's very important that you know the information that you need, and to be prepared for some of the questions that the lender was going to ask you when you actually apply for the mortgage loan itself after you've located a home. Okay, it's also important to know the information so that you can get an idea of how expensive the home you can afford before you buy. Okay, in short, we would like to help you move into your new home without a whole bunch of extra added expense. Okay, now Affordable Homes and Apartment I've written many other books, and of course this is one of them, Free Money for Home Buyers, and it's available on AffordableHomesAndApartments.com. Okay, now if you're not sure whether you're ready to buy a home right now, Affordable Homes offers financial management classes, which includes budget, debt, and credit issues. And we talk about a lot of the issues that you're going to face when choosing and making a decision on home buying. Do I want to buy a home now? Am I ready to buy a home? A whole lot of different things. How far am I away from actually buying a home? And a lot of people think that they have to have a lot of money. You have to be making, $20,000 a year, $30,000 a year in order to qualify for a loan. Well, you don't. A lot of the programs that I talk about in my book, Free Money for Home Buyers, actually talks to low income and moderate income individuals and families you may be working at McDonald's, or you could be working at Burger King, or you could be working behind the desk at a phone and still making $7 or $8, $9 an hour, $10, $11 an hour, and that's not a whole lot of money these days, because just as income has gone up, okay, so has rents. The average rents are somewhere like $750. And when you complete paying your rent for all of those years, what do you have to show for it? Absolutely nothing. You move out of the apartment. Some people don't want the responsibility of owning a home, and some people do. When something goes wrong, I call my landlord, and my landlord fixed it. You don't want to be bothered with home ownership? Well, that's going to be one of your responsibilities. When something breaks, you won't have a landlord to call. But I can tell you one thing, the house is yours and you can do what you want in it, and you won't have to worry about a landlord knocking on your door telling you you're disturbing the neighbors, or to get out, or get an eviction notice. As long as you pay your taxes, insurance, and your mortgage, and you'll be fine. Now, first of all, have you started contacting lenders? Is one of the questions that I would ask you. Before you go and give your Social Security number out, this is something that I need to let you know. The more credit reports that are run on your credit report, and every time you give out your Social Security number, your credit score drops like a hot potato. The more you have your credit score run, the faster your credit score will drop. Okay? So if you have a decent score, by the time you finish applying at like 5 or 10 lenders within the course of 30 days, your score is going to drop just because of the inquiries that are made. Also keep in mind that when you do apply for a mortgage, okay, the information that you provide your lender is the information that goes on your credit report, and that stays there forever. Okay, so for example, if you have a new job, or if you've been at this job for a long time, you're not sure if you're going to qualify, don't go and apply. Because now, if you do owe somebody some money, now they have the information that you've supplied, okay, where you work. Okay, so if there's they want to come get your money, they can come and get it. They can garnish your wages because they know where you work. You provide the bank. Usually, a lot of times, that's one of the questions that's asked. Where do you bank? What's the name of your bank? Where do you live? You put your address down there. You give them all the information about you, and that's all of that information is put on your credit report and stays there forever. Now, we talked about knowing and understanding your credit, and that was one of the issues that we talked about. So you can visit my YouTube address at sblack3001 and review those videos for free. Okay, now a mortgage requires you to pledge your home as the lender's security for repayment of your loan. The lender agrees to hold the title to your property, or in some states to hold the lien on your title, and until you have paid back your total amount that you have borrowed plus the interest that you're being charged. If you do not repay the mortgage loan, the lender has the right to take possession of your house and sell it to satisfy the mortgage debt, and that's called a foreclosure. And usually a foreclosure proceeding can take anywhere up to 12 months before they finally get the okay to come and put you out. So you have a good number of months to get yourself together and to get your mortgage paid. Principal and interest. What is principal and interest? All mortgages have two features in common. The first feature is the mortgage principal, which is the actual amount of money you borrow. So if you take out a $70,000 mortgage, your mortgage principal is $70,000. And if you don't understand a lot of these terms, don't worry about it. When you come to the workshop, we'll talk about it in detail, and then you'll have a copy of this book and other books so that you will be able to refer to them on a regular basis. AffordableHomesAndApartments.com, y'all. Okay, now the second feature in the mortgage interest, which is the money you pay for the use of the money you borrow. How much interest you pay over the life of your loan depends on a number of factors, which you will learn about shortly. The interest you pay on your mortgage can be deducted from your taxes, okay, which is one of the many benefits of homeownership. Amortization. What is amortization? Over time, you will repay your mortgage gradually through regular monthly payments of principal and interest. The amounts of these payments are calculated to let you own your home debt-free at the end of the fixed period of time. During the first few years, most of your payments will be applied toward the interest you owe. During the final years of your loan, your payment amounts will be applied almost exclusively to the remaining principal. This type of repayment method is called amortization. When you sell your home, you will be required to pay back any remaining principal balance due on your mortgage loan to your lender. If you're shopping for a home, contact AffordableHomesAndApartments.com. You will already know the price of the home, the location, the size, the features, such as garage, deck, an extra bathroom, the overall conditions of the house. Bye.